We are doing another indie eyeshadow palette review today, or like a first impression. It's not gonna be like my full thoughts yet, but we're gonna be doing a look. We're gonna be doing some swatches with the Glaminatrix Barely Basics palette. I'm trying not to blind you, like this is a very shiny palette. By the way, I really like the packaging of this because it's like shimmery, but it's not the kind of shimmer that falls all over your desk. It's just kind of like this metallic-y, shimmery looking situation. All right, let's get into it. So I have seen everyone that has reviewed this palette rave about it. Like, people are loving it. And I was a little bit on the fence because some of the shades looked a little scary for me. But everybody was loving it so much that I was like, I think I need to like hop on this train. And I do really love Glaminatrix palettes. I have tried a lot of Glaminatrix palettes in the past that became favorites. So the Barely Basics palette. This one is a 20 pen palette that has a row of iridescents, a row of shimmers, and then 3 rows of mattes in different columns. So it's like super easy to think of your look. It is kind of grungy. It's neutral, but it's kind of grungy. It has some color in it. Everything kind of has a little bit of a twist to it. And that is also what I felt like when I swatched it. It didn't really feel neutral. Like, okay, these mattes, the kind of like reddish browns, and then these mattes, they are on the neutral side, but the rest seems very kind of like different, shifty, a little sparkly. This, by the way, swatched beautifully, and I think this is gonna be such a good like fall palette. I'm very excited to get into this. So what I was personally a little afraid of was these middle 2 rows, because these are more like on the warm, grungy side, and it's something I usually like try to avoid a little bit if I can. But I kind of feel as well that if this palette was a little bit more jumbled, I wouldn't be as scared. And I think that when you combine these shades in the end, you can get a little bit more of a neutral look from them. But we're just gonna try it out. I do like that fall vibe from time to time for sure. All right, I'm already wearing eyeshadow primer. Let's get into a look. I want to do something different than what I have seen. So I don't want to stick to one column. I want to mix it up a little bit. And I think I kind of want to like start out with this matte in the crease, and then I want to use this matte to deepen it up, and then we can kind of like go from there. This one, Holy Grail, also looked very, very beautiful in the swatch. And by the way, for the size of this palette, I actually feel that it is pretty like small-ish. Like for the amount of pens, they did make it quite compact, which I enjoy. Like, it's not the smallest of palettes, but it's a little on the compact side. So yeah, this is a really light shade. That seems like a beautiful matte formula, but it's a light neutral, so we gotta try the rest as well. It's a little powdery in the pan, and that is something that I don't mind. It does pick up well. Okay, that's nice. We're gonna go into the shade Review, which is that deeper kind of like reddish brown from the warmer neutral row. That's looking really pretty. I do like warm tone mattes sometimes, but when I use them and like them, it's usually more like this undertone. So I think the lighter shades in this row are still gonna be a little bit on the warmer side, but this undertone I like. That's really pretty. It's very pigmented. Sometimes I feel like I get scared away of palettes a little bit too much from like just a few shades that are in there that don't fully like work for me on their own. Like, I wouldn't use them all in the crease. But sometimes I forget that you can kind of like mix and match shades, or use them as a detail, or use them in different ways. Like, it doesn't always have to be like the full look, and that you can still make like shades work for you that you normally wouldn't wear just by combining things. And I also really like combining like cool shades with warm shades. Some of my favorite looks are cool shades combined with warm shades. Blending out the edge. I feel like also putting down this kind of like more cool tone first matte, it just makes everything that you put on top a little bit more cool toned. Should I just do something a little different for me? Maybe I should just go into one of the greens. I think I'm gonna go into the lightest green matte. Like, I never use something like this, but I just wanna do like a... Ooh, that's very pigmented. Just a bit. Like, I don't feel like this is taking it like over the look or looking too crazy on me. Just a hint, but it is changing the look. Alright, I'm very excited about these shimmers, and I didn't think that I was gonna like this one a viral so much, but it looks so good in a swatch that I really want to use that. So I'm just gonna take that with my finger, and I don't know, it looks very shifty. It has green and bronze, but it also seems to have some champagne in there. Is this a multi-chrome? Like, it looks so shifty. Okay. Ooh, that is a beautiful formula. Very lightweight. I feel like lately I've been trying a lot of kind of like more heavier putty shimmers, but I also really like this type of formula. It's almost, it feels a little drier to the touch, but it's just so lightweight and flattering on the eyes. That is really beautiful. And I think I want to grab a little bit of the shade Follow as well. It's a little bit more cool toned. I don't know how well this is gonna go, but we can also, like, we can always top it up with one of the toppers. Like, this is what Follow looks like. Very beautiful. Ooh, that's pretty. I just got a little bit of Follow on my face, but I think that's my own fault. It's just a little bit. And now I want to use one of the iridescents, and it's a bit hard to see now, like, which shift is the best. I think I want to go with FYP for you, Paige. I'm guessing this is the one that is a little bit more red. Yes, very beautiful. I love iridescent topper shades. I don't really like pay a lot of attention to them like in singles or anything. Like, it's not really something I am very aware of, but when they are in a palette, I always use them and I really like them. Alright, for the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna go into the shade called Share, which is a very cool tone neutral shade. Really nice. I think this is blending together nicely. Like, well enough. I don't think I need any more mattes. And I think I'm just gonna go and continue using more shimmers. I'm gonna go for Engagement on the lower lash line. I'm gonna take a small pencil brush. I'm just really into these shimmers. And we're doing just one look today, so I want to show you as many shades as I can. That's really beautiful. This was such an easy look. Okay. We're gonna do one last shade. I am gonna go take Holy Grail and use it as my shadow liner. I feel like because all of these shades are really like fall leaf-esque, I don't know, that's just my association. I feel like all of them work together very well. It's very easy to combine. Also because they're all a little muted. I think that's so cool. I really like that. Okay, that is a beautiful color, and I feel like that took the look to a whole other level. So I'm gonna put a little bit on the lower lash line as well. I just love a shadow liner. Just that little bit of extra definition. I'm really loving this look. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and then I'll show you the finished look. Okay, I am excited about this palette. This is the finished look and I am really loving it more than I thought. I was kind of thinking like, well, I'm probably gonna see why people love it so much, but sometimes you don't fully see it yourself. And I don't know, I'm really feeling it. I'm really loving this look. The shimmer particle in these shimmers is so beautiful. It looks sparkly, but like super smooth and sophisticated. And this is the type of shimmer that I really love. I'm so into this look. I did not think that this palette could convince me to be my new favorite before I filmed this video. But now I'm kind of like, maybe. I mean, for the fall, this is gonna be so cool. And like, I even love the little like green addition to my look. I feel like everything just blended together so beautifully. This is just a type of formula that is just a little bit more elevated. Like, you cannot even really explain it in a video. Like, you cannot even really explain it like through the camera. Like, you have to see it on yourself, like how beautiful and well blended and shiny and just like stunning it is. And I feel stunning, and I feel this is a beautiful palette. I haven't tried all shades yet, but I do have a lot of faith in Glaminatrix. They are one of my favorite eyeshadow brands. I'm very excited. And that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.